Olá, caros ouvintes, bem-vindos a outro podcast of Portuguese with Carla, podcast 29. Eu sou a Carla Sabala. Marlon?
E eu sou o Marlon
Sim.
Sabala.
O Marlon é o marido, não é? Ok, muito bem. Então, este podcast é mais uma vez uma continuação. It's a continuation. This podcast is a continuation of last week's or last ones. I feel like longer than a week has gone by, really.
Just
Slightly.
about. We do record them normally at the weekend, so just a bit late this time.
So just a couple of days later.
It's all good. If you want the all the dialogue for this podcast, then you would go to ptwithcarla.com/podcast29. That's the number 29.
29.
Exactly. So just recap for those that perhaps didn't listen last week. What was happening last week?
Yeah, so we were traveling, we were on a plane, weren't we? And we were going to get some bacalhau at your mum's as we got there. So I think we were both quite, well, the characters were both very excited about getting there and have a bit of this cod. And I think that's the very last thing on the scene, wasn't it? Us knocking on the door.
Yes, that's
right. We were hoping to have recorded this when we were in Portugal with Marlon's mum, with your mum, but...
she has a couple of lines here today.
Yeah. We did other things instead, which we will tell you a little bit more about it at the end of this podcast.
Rest assured, we were very, very busy. We didn't even have time to record a podcast.
Yeah. I came back more tired than I was when I got there, but it was indeed productive, I think. So yes, we didn't have chance to record it with us. So today, I'm afraid we do not have a guest.
Does that mean you're going to have to make funny?
Well, I don't think I can make a really funny noise or funny voice for your mum. So, but I will play my character Susanna, and I will play Marlon's character's mum, which would have been his real mum, really. But hopefully, it won't be too confusing.
Okay,
so
something
we'll just give it a go. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah.
Okay, so we just came in, and I guess my mum starts speaking. Yeah. So Carla, whenever you're ready.
All happy to see you.
I'm ready.
Go. Olá! Estava a ver que nunca mais chegavam. É verdade. Foi uma longa viagem. Que frete.
Mãe, estamos famintos. O bacalhau está pronto a servir?
Então vão lá comer e depois vão descansar. Ah, mas não é bacalhau, filho. Fiz polvo ao lagareiro. Que bom.
Então o que é que aconteceu ao bacalhau?
Desculpa, filho, mas ainda está de molho. A mãe vai fazer amanhã para o almoço com batatinhas no forno.
Está bem, não há crise. Com a fome que estou, até comi um boi.
Que exagero. Vamos, mas é lavar as mãos.
And that is that. Good. All right, so
I was a bit loud playing your mum.
Well, she's kind of loud.
She's
one of those people that...
In the nicest way possible.
If she gets a phone call...
Okay. The whole of town hears it.
Yep. It doesn't matter
funny.
if we're on a bus, in a public place, in the dentist waiting room. You can see how embarrassing my childhood was. Anyway.
But we love her to bits, don't we? We love her very much.
You love her. God, yes. Anyway, let's translate this.
Yes, okay.
Into the English language.
So she says, hi, hello, I thought you'd never get here. And then I said, true, I know, Everdad, true. It was a long trip. What a palaver. If you guys know what it means, I only learned it recently.
Mum, we are famished. Is the cod ready to be served?
Cod, not card, cod.
Cod, that's what I say. Picky.
All right then. Go eat and then go rest. But it's not cod, son. I made octopus lagareiro style. How good or how nice.
Well, what happened to the cod then?
I'm sorry, son, but it's still soaking. Mum is going to do it tomorrow for lunch with batatinhas, small potatoes or potatoes, in the oven.
Okay, no problem. I'm so hungry, I could, and then comia boi. We'll talk about that in a second.
And then I say, what an exaggeration. Let us just wash our hands, or get on with it and wash our hands.
Yeah, it's quite a few expressions here that just small
Not
little
literal.
bits and tricks that you would find it difficult to understand if you're trying to listen to a conversation. And even, I mean, some of these you could go online and you still couldn't find a good translation for, urban uses, vernacular. Anyway, Carla, you're starting.
Yes.
So if you've never listened to this podcast before, what we'll now do is, now that we've done a translation, we'll break down the pronunciation bit by bit and maybe talk about one or two simple grammar things, but that's beyond the scope of this podcast, really.
Yeah. Okay, so you're... Mum's line started. We have an I for Ida. If you're looking at the script, that's her name, Ida. Even though she didn't play the line, never mind.
Ida, by the way, means...
Gone?
Well,
no.
Yeah, when Ida, normally people...
Ida e volta.
Ida e volta. So when you go in book...
Return. Gone and return.
Yeah, when you go to, for example, TAP, like the Portuguese Airlines, to their website... normally a website to book a plane, you will have single
and
or return.
Flight.
In Portuguese, you will see
Ida e volta.
Ida e volta. That's return. Ida e volta. To go and to come back.
Okay,
anyway.
So let's get on with this then. Okay, olá, estava a ver que nunca mais chegavam. Hello, hi. I was seeing that you never would arrive here. That's more or less literally.
Yeah.
So I thought you'd never get here. Estava a ver. Estava a ver.
So repeat after Carla.
I thought. It's not really literally I thought, but that's what it means. Oh, that's the meaning we want to convey. Estava a ver. Repeat after me. Estava a ver. So don't make too much of that single A because the word estava ends with an A, so they sort of merge together. Estava. It feels like there's an accent now, so the A is a bit more open. Estava a ver. Estava a ver. That's nice. You need to turn the sound off.
I will.
Estava a ver que nunca, that never, que nunca mais, that you never again or never more, que nunca mais estava a ver que nunca mais chegavam. You would arrive. Chegavam. Okay, whole line again. Olá, estava a ver que nunca mais chegavam. Then I said, é verdade. I suppose the equivalent would be, I know, but really it means it's truth. It's true. É verdade. É verdade. Foi uma longa viagem. It was a long trip or journey. Foi uma longa. Foi uma longa viagem. Foi uma longa viagem. Que frete. What a palavra, that's what we translated for. So something that is a bother, isn't it? Because it was.
It's an annoying thing, yeah. Because fret, if you go in the dictionary, fret is the same source as freight.
Oh, freight.
The English word freight. So you think of trains. And actually, if you go in the dictionary or online, you'll that's what you'll find, pretty much. But colloquially, people really don't use that unless you're in the industry. They just use it as, how annoying.
Yeah, fazer frete, to do a frete, is to do something...
Begrudgingly?
Yeah, nice word.
Okay, so you finish your line, Carla, sorry.
I have, que frete. But I can repeat the whole thing again. É verdade. Foi uma longa viagem. Que frete. Marlon.
Okay. So I say, mãe, estamos famintos. O bacalhau está pronto a servir. So let's do the first bit. Mum, we are famished. Famintos. Famintos. We are estamos. Estamos famintos. Mãe, mother. Quite nasally. Mãe.
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 Why are you repeating it? Am I not saying it
Because
right?
it's a difficult sound for some. So I'm just making sure that they hear from you and from me.
That same nasally sound as mão. Cão.
Mão. Okay, yeah, but slightly
Sabão.
different. Mãe.
Mãe. Anyway, mãe. Estamos famintos. Okay, so say that.
Say it's slightly different, don't you? Mãe. Mãe.
Mãe.
Mãe. I think mine is more like an A. But anyway, it's both acceptable.
So the first line then. Mãe, estamos famintos. And then ask, o bacalhau está pronto a servir? Is the cod ready to be served?
Yeah.
Ready to eat?
Is ready to serve. Really, it doesn't make much sense if you translate this literally. Is the cod ready to serve? As if the cod is serving food. Because to be served would be está pronto a ser servido.
But we can drop that.
Oh, yeah, sure. This is how we say it normally,
Yeah,
isn't it?
o bacalhau está pronto a servir. Okay. So, servir. Servir. Pronto. Pronto. Ready. And because there's an A after that pronto, you join both of those vowels, the O and the A, and actually you kind of drop the O at the end of pronto. So it becomes, if you say quickly, which people do, it will become a pronta a servir. Está pronta a servir? Okay. So say that quickly then with me. Pronta a servir. You have to train yourself to really say those things. There's no point in you going to Portugal, and well, it's not like there's no point, but if you really want to speak like the locals speak, they will not say the pronto a servir. No, they'll say pronto a servir. So get used to eating those vowels. It's okay.
Yeah. It's only because it can be very frustrating for you if then they speak fast and you don't really understand what's happening. You know, how many words they're really saying. To you, it just sounds like one giant word. But if you get used to that and pronouncing it that way as well, it will help you and you'll enjoy it more. You'll feel like, oh yeah, okay, I could follow a lot of the conversations, and that will just motivate you to keep doing it. But if you feel frustrated, well, some people feel like, no, I got to conquer this, but many just feel discouraged and drop it. So you don't want to do that. We don't want you to do that. So... Okay.
Okay. Está, from the verb to be, is está. And then this word you would have seen in previous podcasts. O bacalhau. O bacalhau.
This reminds me of a song.
Yeah, bad song.
Inappropriate.
O bacalhau está pronto a servir? Okay, that's my line, Carla.
Okay. Então vão lá comer e depois vão descansar. Then, so you go there, eat, and then go rest, literally.
I think it's more of a so.
Go have some food and get some rest. But... mas não é bacalhau, filho, but it's not cod, son. Fiz polvo a lagareiro. I made, I did, I cooked octopus lagareiro style.
A la lagareiro.
Lagareiro. Yeah, in Spanish, is it?
I think it's French, isn't it?
Is it French? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. This is a Portuguese podcast.
No.
Okay. Então, word for word. Então, vão lá comer. So lá is one of those words we've mentioned before. It's not really doing much there. It's more of a feeling sort of word. So yeah, if you just say então vão comer, that's still acceptable.
The lá is just an easing word, and it's more palatable when somebody puts the lá there.
Yeah,
sometimes
sound
almost like a please.
Telling you like a nod. They're not giving you a nod, or they don't mean to be horrible and sound bossy. Então vão lá comer.
Yeah, it sort of makes things a bit easy to swallow.
Então vão lá comer. E depois vão descansar. E depois vão descansar. E depois vão descansar. Mas não é bacalhau, filho. Mas não é, but it's not. Mas não é bacalhau, filho. 2 words with LH. Bacalhau, filho. Fiz. Z at the end is like SH sound in English, or like an S in Portuguese at the end of words. Fiz, not fiz. Fiz. Polvo. Há lagareiro. Fiz polvo a lagareiro. Which is, I think you sort of boil the octopus separately with some onion and a bit of garlic,
Carla?
And a bit of just to get you just to give you an idea of what a lagareiro style is.
Give us the
right. Okay, I can't do this. Okay, polvo a lagareiro. Okay. You cook it or you boil it in water with some olive oil and onions and a bit of garlic. And once it's tender, you can take it off, please. It's putting me off. You can put it in the oven with the potatoes, and you just cover it in olive oil, plenty of olive oil on it, and bits of garlic, lots of bits of garlic, and that's what's going to give that really nice flavor. It's really, really nice. We also have cod a lagareiro.
You can do pretty much anything, but it's normally fish that's associated with it.
It's really good.
Okay.
Anyway.
You want to do the thing once more?
I don't know. That music was so strange. Okay. It's playing in my head now. Right. Okay. So I said, que bom. How good. How nice.
I thought you were going to repeat the line again.
Oh, you want me to repeat it? That's fine, yeah. Então vão lá comer e depois vão descansar. Mas não é bacalhau, filho. Fiz polvo a lagareiro. Okay, and then I go, that's nice. I'm probably more excited about that than I was about the cod. Don't get me wrong, I do love the cod. Que bom. Que bom. Que bom.
How good, literally.
Yes. Okay, I don't think I need to go over this line very much.
No,
it's okay.
So I ask, well, what happened to the cod? O que aconteceu ao bacalhau? Okay. Ao bacalhau aconteceu. Happened. Aconteceu. And then o que é que? You've seen that perhaps before, although we never say that separately, so it will sound like o que é que. So repeat.
O que é
que.
No.
Yeah, o que é que.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, any variation you like, just repeat one of those after me. O que é que? Kek. And a third one that I can't remember. O que é que?
O que é que? O que é que?
Kek. Okay. Kek, by the way, different thing altogether.
Cake.
Kek. No, kek is the...
Yeah, it's a cake.
Yeah, but it's a specific type of...
Yeah, like a spongy cake. There's a particular shape to it.
Yeah.
Pretty dry, I think.
It is.
Doesn't have to be, but...
O que é que aconteceu? O que é que aconteceu ao bacalhau? Então. Nasally, A-O there. Então. And putting it all together. Então. O que é que aconteceu ao bacalhau? Or, if you want to go really slashing down syllables. Então. O que é que aconteceu ao bacalhau? Which would be very common.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
Perfectly normal. It's true, actually. Yeah. O que é que aconteceu ao bacalhau? Ok. Então, she apologizes. Desculpa, filho. Mas ainda está de molho. But it's still soaking. It's still... because in Portugal, the cod we tend to use is not the frozen one. It's the salted one, salted dried cod. It just... So then you need to remove the excess salt.
Yeah.
And you leave it in water from, 24 to 48 hours. And it depends how much cod you have in the bowl. And it depends how many times you change that water. You can try it. So from time to time, if you're not sure, because you don't want to remove too much of the salt and make it unsalty. How do you say that? But anyway, tasteless sort of. And you want to make sure that it's still not too salty when you cook it. So
Insons is the Portuguese for that, but I can't think.
But you can actually try it raw. It's fine. I've done it, and then it gives you an idea if it's.
If you've never tried salted cod,
as good as you want it to.
It's very different from like
the texture, isn't it?
It just gives you another texture. Chips. It's very, very different. A lot more flavoursome, I think.
Yeah, definitely. But I need to always carry my dental floss with me. It really gets stuck in my teeth.
But you can't find it here. I mean, you would find it where we live. You would probably only find it in shops that cater for foreigners. There you will find it in normal supermarkets.
This
like
type
Morrison,
of dried salted cod,
you would never find
I don't usually know.
Not that Portugal actually fishes their own cod. I think they bring it all from Norway and Scandinavia.
It's
Anyway.
much cheaper there, though. Okay, so the line, desculpa filho, mas ainda está de molho. It's still soaking. Mum. So she's talking about herself, but because that's how Marlon refers to her. They do that. A mãe. Mum is going to make it tomorrow or do it tomorrow for lunch with batatinhas no forno. You can see that she's talking to baby Marlon. Batatinhas. But actually we do say it sometimes in recipes. You'll see it like that, batatinhas. So I suppose it's potatoes chopped in smaller bits and roasted in the oven. Okay, so let's do that line. Desculpa, filho. Desculpa, filho. I'm sorry. And that's obviously a familiar way of saying desculpa. Desculpe with an E at the end, silent E, is the formal way if you apologize to a stranger because you bumped into them or for a reason like similar to that. Desculpa, filho. Mas ainda está de molho. So my S from mush changes into a Z sort of sound. It's in between two vowels. The vowel before it in the same word and the vowel in front of it in the next word. Mas ainda está de molho. Mas ainda, but it's still. Mas ainda está. Mas ainda está. That means, but it's still. Mas ainda está de molho. A mãe vai fazer, is going to do, vai fazer amanhã. Accent on the last A of amanhã, not amanhã, amanhã. A mãe vai fazer amanhã para o almoço. A mãe vai fazer amanhã para o almoço. Com batatinhas Don't split the N from the H in batatinhas. Okay, don't go batatinhas. No, if your first language is English. NH is one sound. Okay, think of it as one letter. Nha. Batatinhas no forno.
It's funny because when we see English people in general reading Portuguese, and that's people that have never had exposure to Portuguese, but
English
maybe
speakers.
but maybe had exposure to French. In French, the tendency is to if you have 2 vowels or 3 vowels,
They have one sound.
they have one sound. In Portuguese, that is not the case.
Yeah.
We tend to split the vowels, so there's the separate units of sound. There are very few situations where 2 letters put together sound like one, and that would be one, NH, LH. But generally speaking, vowels are just separate.
Yeah. Okay. Shall we get on? Hopefully you can't hear the sounds that my tummy is making, but I'm starving, and this is the wrong podcast to be doing it.
I'm afraid we don't have
I'm
octopus. Which we did have. I guess that's why I had the idea, because we did have the first meal we got to Portugal.
I know, because she did tell us it was going to be cod, and then it was octopus. That's why. That's why I wrote this.
Very, very nice.
Yes, it was good. So it's realistic.
I say, no problem. Está bem, não há crise.
There's no crisis.
Yeah, which is common. No há crise.
No há crise. Colloquial, isn't it?
It is, but just means no problem. No há... So, crise. Crise. Não há. Há meaning it exists. No means no. There is no crise. Não há crise. Está bem. Ou está bem. Está bem. Está bem, não há crise. And then, com a fome que estou, até comi boi. Com a fome que estou. I am. With the hunger that I am, because when we say we're hungry in Portuguese, we say we are with hunger.
Yeah, or I have hunger. They are equivalent. Estou com fome, tenho fome.
Yeah. Com a fome que estou. So repeat that. Com a fome que estou. And then I use the expression até comia boi. So this is one of our not in a textbook moments, Carla. So if you're ready,
yes,
go. Até comia boi. Literal meaning.
I would even eat an ox.
The colloquial meaning.
Used to express how big of an appetite you have at a particular moment.
An equivalent expression in English.
I could eat a horse.
Let's put it in context.
After a wedding ceremony and photos have been taken, most of us, if not all, have said, I'm so hungry, que até comi boi.
I could eat a horse. We don't use the horse, we prefer an ox.
Indeed.
Até comi boi. So you've had the word boy before if you've been following our podcast, because we use it in another expression. No é boi, é vaca.
Yeah.
So, boi. Até comia. I would even eat. Até comia. And put together. Até comia boi. And the whole of my line there. Está bem, não há crise. Com a fome que estou, até comi boi. And just to emphasize that, at the end of the podcast, we always encourage you, since you have the material now, to go back. And if you go to this particular one, ptwithcarl.com/Portuguese29, on the top of the dialogue, there will be or the audio file just with the dialogue itself, no explanation. We cut everything out. What that means is you can do some shadowing with us. So read and speak out loud at the same time as we, the characters, are doing.
Read it along with us.
Anyway, you've still got another line.
Last line. Que exagero. Okay, the X has a sound of a Z in that word. Exagero. And the G is soft rather than hard. G. So it's J. Que exagero. And when I say it together, really, I say que exagero. Que exagero. Que exagero. Very quick. Vamos, mas é. Let us, instead of this chat, get on with it. Just wash the hands. And we don't say wash our hands or wash my hands, because whose hands would we be? Would we be washing, really? So if we're washing somebody else's hands, then we specify it. But if we're washing our own, we don't have to. Então, vamos, mas é lavar as mãos. Lavar as mãos. See how I joined the R from lavar with as? Lavar as. Lavar as mãos. Que exagero. Vamos, mas é lavar as mãos. All right, okay.
What an exaggeration.
Yes.
What a hyperbole.
Right.
Good.
Right, very good.
So
okay, this is it, isn't it?
And just as a reminder, you can all access many of our podcasts, not all of them, but many of our podcasts are available also on YouTube, youtube.com/Portuguese with Carla. But all the podcasts are available
on the website.
On the website.
ptwithcarla.com/blog.
Yes.
I was going to say, many of you actually find this on YouTube. So, and often we get asked, where are the lessons 1 to 7? Yes, they're not available on video format on YouTube, but they are on our website, like Marlon just pointed out. And also 12 and 13 are there as well. So if you can't find them on YouTube, please go onto our website.
Yes, indeed. And it's also useful because we don't just do these podcasts. Oftentimes we will do videos, like short explanations. Like this weekend, we spent the whole weekend, part of the weekend, part of the week in Portugal, recording some stuff. Some of the stuff you will see pretty soon, light-hearted, very good still, instructional, and there's some typical Portuguese stuff coming your way. We won't reveal anything now, but we're actually working on something a bit more substantial.
I want to.
A bit more substantial that will take some time. But anyway,
you will be hearing from it or of it from time to time.
From time to time. Although we didn't go on our own.
No.
There's a friend of ours who's a videographer, so he came with us to help us out.
Alex Dunlop.
Yeah, and he does. He's a pretty good videographer and photographer. And on his YouTube channel, he's put a little vlog of the whole experience of us going to Portugal.
Part 1.
So I'm going to link to that on our blog. But what I was going to say is, of course, if you follow us on Twitter, which is Twitter, the handle is PT with Carla. And the Facebook, you handle more of that.
Same thing, Portuguese with Carla. So I'll be posting it there as well.
It's different.
What's that? It's at Portuguese with Carla. Just the same.
Yeah, no. Twitter is PT with Carla. Because Portuguese with Carla would not fit.
My bad. Okay, Portuguese with Carla.
But so all of that new stuff, if you follow us on Twitter or on Facebook, it will show up there. So it'll be easy to find. Anyway, look out for the vlog that Alex did. And it won't give you an exact idea of what we were doing, but it's cool still.
That's when we...
behind the scenes.
Get it out on our pages then.
Yes.
Yeah. Because otherwise they won't know who's Alex, what is channel, what is his channel, what video are we looking for.
No. In fact, I might just put a link to that on this page on ptwithcarla.com/podcast29, so at least you have an idea of what it is.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So I think that is it, Carla, unless you want to add anything else.
No, this is it. All right, guys. Nighty-night.
That's interesting. We don't want to start again. It's this one that I wanted.
Okay, ciao. Ciao, ciao. Boa noite.